For pure scale and industrial complexity, few places rival an oil refinery.
So, if you want, I'll start with the storage side of things.
Bill Patterson is the general manager of Viva Energy's refinery in Geelong.
That big blue box there, they are how we pump about 40% of Victoria's fuel demand up to the market.
This is one of only 2 remaining refineries in Australia. Patterson says operations here are crucial for the country.
At the moment, society still has a need for a lot of the products that we make here, so it's good that we're able to meet those needs onshore in Australia rather than just simply import everything into the country.
About 10% of Australia's liquid fuel demand is supplied from here.
The ones that everyone sort of knows about is gasoline, diesel and jet fuel. So planes, automobiles and trucks.
Just over 20 years ago, Australia had 8 oil refineries, which met most of the country's demand for refined fuel. But one by one, deemed economically unviable, they started to close. Now, just 2, Ampol's Lytton refinery near Brisbane and Viva Energy's refinery in Geelong, remain. That means only 20% of our liquid fuel demand is refined domestically. The rest is imported. Last month, the Chief of Navy warned that makes Australia vulnerable. Former Deputy Chief of the Royal Australian Air Force, John Blackburn, agrees, particularly when it comes to storage levels of crucial supplies, such as diesel fuel.
Our whole logistics systems and our way of life depends on diesel. That's how the trucks move things around and deliver it all over the place, all our transport side. And in Australia, as of July this year, we had 24 days of diesel stocks.
In fact, Blackburn points out Australia is nowhere near to meeting its commitments for net imports of oil.
As a member country of the International Energy Agency countries, we are obligated to have what's called 90 days of net imports. So it looks at what you import, what you export, and it does a math figure. The last time we met our member obligation was 2011, and we're the only country that doesn't meet its member obligations.
In September, Australia had 53 days of net import coverage for oil, well below its 90-day obligation. For years, one of the most persistent voices warning about Australia's fuel security has been outspoken Queensland MP Bob Catter.
How you going, my brother?
If we run out of fuel here for 2 or 3 months, I have to tell you, you're going to have to walk to your local supermarket in the fond hope that there's been enough fuel in the transport trucks to bring the food into your supermarket. So a very diabolical situation will arise in Australia.
Catter is an enthusiastic supporter of alternative fuels, such as ethanol, which could be produced in Australia by a rejuvenated refinery sector.
They just sat on their hands and watched all of the refineries close. And you say, well, they were so small, they were non-competitive, uneconomic. Well, I mean, get some money and build 3 giant refineries that are economically viable.
It's going to be running from here for a lot longer.
In 2021, with world oil prices diving during the COVID pandemic, the previous coalition government launched a rescue package for the country's last 2 refineries. The Fuel Security Services Payment provides a subsidy for refineries in loss-making periods. So far, Viva Energy in Geelong has received nearly $40 million from the payment.
This refinery processes about 100,000, 120,000 barrels a day. Some of the mega refineries we see offshore are almost 10 times the size. They also operate in very low cost environments, which isn't the case in Australia.
The refineries and the federal government are now in talks to extend support from 2027. In a response to questions from 7:30, a government spokesperson said, "Australia is fuel secure. We are now holding more stocks of aviation fuel, petrol and diesel on land and in ports in Australia than in any time in the last 15 years. At a recent appearance at the Lytton refinery in Brisbane, the energy minister spoke about the importance of maintaining a domestic refining capability.
We want to see this refinery, this facility work for another 60 years. We want to see Geelong work into the future as well. We want to see more Australian jobs right across the country.
The federal government has also contributed more than $100 million to the Boosting Australia's Diesel Storage Program. 90 million litres of diesel fuel, about enough to supply Victoria for a week, is stored in these new tanks in Geelong.
Obviously every bit of storage helps. This is a substantial amount of storage, and it really does mean that we just have that little bit of extra fuel in case of interruptions to supply chain or other events that lead to us needing it.
When asked whether that storage and this refinery can keep operating without government assistance, Bill Patterson doesn't hesitate to answer. Is there a case where without government assistance, this refinery would be economically unviable?
Yes.
Short answer.
Yeah, it's a very short answer.